Hello, everyone. Today, our group, myself, Morgan, Brittney, and Samuel, will be discussing one of the most complex and emotionally charged topics in society, abortion. We'll present arguments from both perspectives, those against abortion and those in support of it, backed by ethical, psychological, cultural, and philosophical reasoning. Our goal is to promote understanding, not division, and provide a nuanced view of the arguments that continue to shape this debate. Each of us contributed to different parts of the research and presentation. I led much of the research and compiled viewpoints. Samuel provided sources and some viewpoints. Brittney reviewed the slides and gave feedback. Together, we aim to represent both sides fairly and thoughtfully. Starting with the anti-abortion viewpoint. The most foundational argument is the belief that life begins at conception. From this perspective, every fetus is a human being with inherent value and potential. Therefore, abortion is equated to ending an innocent life. This viewpoint stresses a moral responsibility to protect the most vulnerable among us, those who cannot speak for themselves. Another key argument against abortion concerns the emotional toll it can take. Many women report feelings of guilt, depression, or regret following an abortion, and sometimes the decision isn't entirely their own. External pressures from partners, family, or societal expectations may heavily influence them. This raises questions about consent, support, and long-term psychological impact. Opponents of abortion also argue that individuals must take responsibility for their sexual choices. With access to contraception, emergency pills, and even sterilization procedures like vasectomies, some believe that abortion is often used to avoid personal accountability. This view places strong emphasis on moral responsibilities and planning. For many, religious values deeply inform their views on abortion. In faith traditions where life is sacred from the moment of conception, abortion violates deeply held beliefs about moral absolutes and human dignity. These views also frame suffering and sacrifice as meaningful, even redemptive experiences, rather than ones to be avoided at all costs. Opponents also highlight the ripple effects abortion may have on personal relationships. Some report relationship breakdowns, a sense of loss, or even exclusion, particularly in cases where men feel their voice was not part of the decision. Abortion may also impact future family planning or carry emotional weight that lingers for generations. One alternative frequently offered is adoption. Advocates argue that rather than ending a pregnancy, placing a child for adoption gives that life a chance while supporting families who long for children. Adoption is framed as a compassionate choice that can offer emotional healing for the mother and hope for the adoptive family. Shifting to the pro-choice perspective, let's begin with one of the most difficult situations: pregnancy resulting from rape. Supporters of abortion access argue that forcing a woman to carry a pregnancy caused by assault compounds the trauma. For many, this is about mental health, bodily autonomy, and the ability to heal without further emotional burden. Financial hardship is another major reason individuals seek abortions. Raising a child can be enormously expensive, and an unplanned pregnancy may threaten a woman's ability to support existing children, complete her education, or pursue career goals. Some argue that access to abortion is essential for economic justice, especially for marginalized communities. Abortion is also considered necessary in certain medical cases, such as when a fetus is diagnosed with a severe defect or the mother's life is at risk. Supporters believe decisions in these situations should be made with medical guidance and compassion. Families facing lifelong care needs may feel emotionally and financially overwhelmed. Age plays a significant role too. Teenage pregnancies pose high medical risks and can derail a young person's education and future. On the other end, older women may face fertility issues or health complications. Pro-choice advocates believe the right to terminate a pregnancy should consider age-related risks and personal circumstances. This is perhaps the most well-known pro-choice argument, bodily autonomy. The belief here is that women should have the fundamental right to decide what happens to their bodies, free from government or societal control. This perspective emphasizes dignity, equality, and the long-term impacts of forced pregnancy on a woman's life. Finally, criminalizing abortion can lead to dangerous consequences. History and research show that when abortion is outlawed, people still seek it, often through unsafe methods. Marginalized communities are disproportionately affected, and fear of prosecution may deter individuals from seeking help. Supporters believe the focus should be on support and health care, not punishment. To deepen our analysis, we looked at two philosophical perspectives. Nietzsche's idea of the will to power supports personal freedom and overcoming social constraints, aligning with pro-choice views. Meanwhile, Martin Luther King Jr.'s appeal to natural law and human dignity has been used by anti-abortion advocates to highlight the moral status of the unborn. These readings show how philosophical texts can be interpreted in different ways depending on the ethical framework applied. While we've done our best to present both sides fairly, the majority of our group ultimately believes that life begins at conception. Because of this, we view abortion as ending a human life. We believe in offering alternatives like adoption, which preserve life while still supporting women in difficult circumstances. Our stance is rooted in empathy, responsibility, and a belief in the value of every life. Here are the sources that informed our presentation. They include academic, medical, and advocacy perspectives from both sides of the debate, which we encourage you to explore further if you want to understand the depth and complexity of this issue. In conclusion, the abortion debate is layered, emotional, and deeply personal. Whether you're for or against it, it's essential to engage with these arguments thoughtfully and respectfully. We thank you for your time.